Well, 3 decades after being convicted of murdering their parents in the Beverly Hills mansion, a movement to have Eric and Lyle Menendez released from prison gaining momentum. And because Fox News at Night is based in Los Angeles, we have got unique legal perspective to take you inside the story. Christina Coleman is here live with a closer look at new interest in an old case. Christina, good evening.
Hi, good evening, Trace. Yes, the Menendez brothers are serving life sentences without parole for the 1989 shotgun slayings of their wealthy parents. Prosecutors argue they were after their parents' multi-million-dollar estate, but their legal team says they acted out in self-defense after suffering years of emotional and physical abuse by their parents, including sexual abuse by their father over many years. And now, LA prosecutors are going to review new evidence, a letter that Eric wrote to his cousin in December of 1988 that could corroborate the abuse claims. He said, quote, "I've been trying to avoid Dad. It's still happening, Andy, but it's worse for me now. I never know when it's going to happen, and it's driving me crazy. Every night I stay up thinking he might come in." The LA County District Attorney weighed in and also noted society's change in views on sexual abuse allegations over the years.
We have not decided on the outcome. We are reviewing the information, but I think it's also important that we recognize that both men and women can be the victims of sexual assault.
This week, about 24 members of the Menendez family held a press conference calling for the release of the brothers, including the sister of Kitty Menendez, the boy's mom.
It was a nightmare none of us could have imagined. But as details of Lyle and Eric's abuse came to light, it became clear that their actions, while tragic, were the desperate response of two boys trying to survive the unspeakable cruelty of their father.
The district attorney will make a recommendation. However, the final decision will be up to the judge, and he has a hearing scheduled for November 26th on this case. Trace?
It's a big story. Christina, thank you. Let's bring in criminal defense attorney and federal litigator Vic Bajaj. Vic, great to have you on. I want to play some sound from our old friend Mark Garagos, who happens to be the defense attorney for Lyle and Eric Menendez. Watch this.
In over 40 years of doing this, I have never seen the amazing exemplary rehabilitation and mitigation evidence that we have now presented to the DA's office. I've said it once, I've said it twice. If they were the Menendez sisters, they would not be in custody. We have evolved. It's time.
It's his job to say that. He's the defense attorney, Vic. What do you think, having looked at this case? Does he make a compelling argument?
He makes an exceptionally compelling case, and this is why. Sometimes defending somebody in a serious crime, we as defense litigators know all the evidence in the universe of what's in existence. But sometimes the judges say, hey, you know what? We're going to put the blindfolds on the jury, and we're not going to let the jury see everything because I, as the gatekeeper, believe it's not relevant. In the first trial, the sexual and physical victimization of these two brothers was relevant. It was brought out. But then there was some information and recordings that came about after the first mistrial. The second judge says, hey, you know what? I don't buy it. I don't believe it. I don't think it's real. So again, that blindfold goes on. Now, it's not a question of what happened. It's a question of the whys. Yep. So in California, like other states than Union, we have the crimes, but we ask why. That laundry list of whys now has at least two more things: sexual, physical abuse, and also males being the victims. So with this evidence, if we are to be consistent, these two convicted young boys that are now grown men should be out, and frankly, they should be out well before Thanksgiving.
I want to read this letter. This letter is from Eric Menendez to his cousin. Put this up on the screen. He says, quoting, "I've been trying to avoid Dad. It's still happening, Andy, but it's worse for me now. I never know when it's going to happen, and it's driving me crazy. Every night I stay up thinking he might come in." This letter was written to his cousin prior to the murders happening. It also seems like this is evidence that kind of bodes well for them.
That's correct. And it was 8 months prior to the shootings, which means that it was 8 months prior to some of the overt acts in furtherance, the premeditation that the district attorney presented to the jury. This is compelling evidence. And when you take that and you combine it with the other sexual assault and rape victim of the deceased father, it corroborates the evidence that should have been allowed. What should happen in this case, Trace, is a resentencing, voluntary manslaughter, credit for time served, in the sake of consistency, and release these two young men.
I got 10 seconds, literally, Vic, but this Netflix case, Monsters, does it have an impact on this?
Of course it has an impact, as does the election year. But let's not forget this action has been brewing now for 18 months of litigation.
Yeah, Vic, thank you.